The Jewish culture, a study of the traditions and cultures within. As with any culture, clothing plays a big part, and the clothing for men is no different. In the Jewish faith, beginning with the bar mitzvah, young men will begin wearing the kippah, which is a head covering, during prayer and religious services. More traditional men of the Jewish faith will often wear the kippah at all times, but it is only expected during prayer, religious services, and special ceremonies. Men will also be expected to wear a kittel during their special occasions, ceremonies, worship services, and this is basically a long white robe. And the kippah can be anywhere from an array of colors, as seen here, or simple and solid black. Women will also have clothing expectations. Regardless of the day's events, how dressy or casual their clothing choices may be, women will be expected to wear is a sheitel, or a headscarf of some sort to cover their hair. This is taken from scripture found in the Torah, in which women and men too are expected to dress modestly, and women take this to the extent of expectations to cover their hair. So regardless of how casual their outfit, they are still expected to do so. Now there are some pieces that men and women will both wear. The tallit is a prayer shawl, and men and women will wear this item. The shawl will typically have fringe on its four corners, and will usually incorporate black to represent God's strictness, and white to represent God's kindness. Some other colors may also be present. Some will use a rainbow of colors to represent Joseph's coat of many colors. Some may just be laying over the shoulder, and others can go full length. It is at the discretion of the wearer. And they can be as detailed as the wearer would like. Languages is another aspect of culture that can't be overlooked. The dominant language in the Jewish culture is Hebrew, with many dialects around the world from various subcultures. Children will begin learning Hebrew at a young age from the toys they play with, as well as from their Sunday school lessons. Now, their marital traditions are also very unique to their culture. Most Jewish followers will wed other Jewish followers. It is usually not forbidden for a young Jewish man to fall in love and marry a non-Jewish woman. However, it is usually expected that the non-Jewish person will convert to Judaism. Some may have intermarriages with various religions, but not many. And the wedding will most certainly follow Jewish traditions in most families. You can see here they have their traditions, and on their invitation here, one half is written in Hebrew and the other half is in English. Now, at the young age of 13, boys and girls also will pass through a ceremony into adulthood. The boys have the bar mitzvah and the girls have the bat mitzvah. Let's look at the boys' journey. That is the one that I was able to take part in with a close friend of mine. As the boy nears the age of 13, he will usually begin instruction, usually with a rabbi or a close relative. This instruction will include reading the Torah, studying various prophets and scriptures, and upon completing these studies, he will go through the bar mitzvah ceremony. And this ceremony is very in-depth. He is usually presented to his temple by parents, and the boy will greet the rabbi with an adult shake on the hand, and shortly after, the boy will read a passage from the Torah, offer a speech, he might lead a prayer, usually with his parent by his side. And then after he's completed his readings, he will be presented with a traditional tallit, sometimes passed down in the family. After the ceremony, it's time to party like it's New Year's for these guys. The young boy is treated to a celebration from friends and family. This includes being carried around the room, celebrating his recent entry to adulthood. Gifts are often given. These can be monetary or sentimental. And even though he's only 13, he might still have difficulty doing the simple things, like dancing with girls. Now, this class did give me quite a culture shock. This experience was very different. Though I was not raised in a Jewish household, I found this experience to be quite educational. I learned a great deal about the faith and traditions involved that I never thought of before. And with taking this course, I have a newfound increased appreciation for a greater cultural diversity. More so since I have lived in different regions of this country and have seen quite a diverse population. Teaching in my own classroom is another way to increase an appreciation and cultural awareness for myself and for my students, to show how we are all interrelated.